We caution the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to not make the same mistake that the Cleveland Browns did regarding Baker Mayfield. And then today's episode, we got to talk about the Bucks and Baker Mayfield not coming close to a deal. And now Baker Mayfield is set to be a free agent after this season. We're also going to talk about Maxx Crosby trade rumors being reignited. And then Bleacher Report gave their list of quarterbacks to most likely lose their job. We're going to talk about it, break it all down, but you got to hear the music first.
Welcome to your number one spot for all NFL news and content, NFL Central.
What's going on, football fans, and welcome back into another episode of NFL Central, your number one spot for everything NFL. I'm your host here, Bobby, joined by Steve-O, and we're on our road to 1K. So if you tuned in, regardless of the team that you root for, but you like football, slide in, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. Steve-O, what's the word?
It's good.
Hey, another day to talk about football and another day closer to watching NFL football, bro. But yesterday, we talked about Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the deal. We cautioned the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to not screw this up because while Baker Mayfield might not be an A-plus quarterback, he's absolutely a B-plus quarterback in a league that struggles to find quarterbacks all the damn time. Now, Baker Mayfield has come out, and Steve-O, he pretty much said this. He said to feel disrespected a little bit, and that's really the disappointing part because they offered him a 2-year deal when he wanted something more long-term. He said that, I don't know. Hey, he stood on business when he said this, Steve-O. He said, I told him, I gave them a deadline. I don't know if they thought I wasn't serious about it, but I was serious about it, and we're not talking about contract stuff. It's now on to the football. But, Steve-O, what are your initial reactions to hearing that Baker Mayfield is heading for a free agency after this season?
I think it's a foolish decision on the Tampa Bay behalf because at the end of the day, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, the quarterback market versus on the quarterback on the college side and the free agent side is not that lucrative, especially with the next few years. So when it comes down to it, when they're in a division that they are currently in, you kind of just need somebody that knows what they're doing, good enough at their job, and just be honest, just do the right things. And for the most part, as him coming into being the little stint that he had at Carolina, his little stint he had in LA, and then finally getting his chance in Tampa Bay, and then he proved you gave him a prove it year, gave him a 2-year, $100 million deal, and he proved himself that he can make some things shake, and he put his body on the line, especially this passing year, a lot. He went through multiple injuries, played through majority of all the games possible that he possibly could have, put his body on the line for y'all to just say, prove it again. I just think I will take it as disrespect too. And yeah, it has a lot of credence to they probably did think his deadline was just him talking. But if anybody knows anything about Baker, when he says something, that's something he usually means. So yeah, like one thing you don't want to do, especially with anybody, you don't want to go into the season with turmoil, but you definitely don't want to go into season with a turmoil with your quarterback. So it's just not looking good on all fronts, but we shall see. He's an ultimate professional. He's going to go out there and play, but I just don't think this is good for them for the foreseeable future.
I love everything that you said, Steve-O. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going down a path that I don't think is smart for their organization. Steve-O, these are the names on their depth chart for quarterbacks. Jake Browning, Jalen Daniels, and Connor Bazelak. Come on now. You got to get a deal done with Baker Mayfield. You played in your backside, and now it might cost you. And if he heads into free agency next year, don't try to circle back and franchise tag this player Don't do no petty stuff to Baker Mayfield when he gave y'all the opportunity to re-sign him. Now, he can very well stay with the organization after the season, but guess what we always say, Steve-O? Yesterday's price is not today's price. So if you feel like that he wasn't worth the $50 million that he was asking for, if he goes out there and leads you to the playoff and win a playoff game, guess what? He's no longer going to be asking for 50. It's going to go up. So you plan around instead of getting him on a reasonable deal. And I think it's a good deal. Deshaun Watson is making 47. Baker Mayfield at this day and age is better than Deshaun Watson. Give him the 50 million and stop playing baby games. It's crazy work, bruh. It's crazy work. You muted.
Stupid ass Mike. That's essentially what they're doing. Like, they're just playing baby games because, like you just said, the market is showing. Like, there's plenty of people that's getting paid way more than he is, that he's way more talented or just producing way more. Deshaun Watson is one of them. Daniel Jones is another one. Hell, it's a bevy of players that he can come up there and say, I'm doing equal or better than them, and they're getting paid way more than I am. And I just think it's fool's gold. Like, I don't know who you think you're gonna go out there and pick. Like, I think that's their problem. They think that they've been getting lucky with the Tom Brady's and the Baker Mayfields. They feel like they can find another one. No, those are two happenstances that we didn't see happening, but it did happen. I don't think that's going to happen after this year. Ain't nobody just going to go over there to Tampa Bay like they previous did in last year. Y'all no longer the same type of team that was more, I would say, viable for more other people to even want to go to. Mike Evans not there. The defense that y'all once had not there. Hell, other players are part of your Super Bowl winning team is asking for trade. So I just feel like the ball is not in their court, and that's what they're acting like.
It's crazy work when it comes down to that, bro. Because if you think about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, bro, I know that the division is not that strong, but you literally have a legit shot of having a playoff game in your, you know what I'm saying, on your field come late January. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get it. It's the same thing that the Cleveland Browns did. Talk themselves into thinking that the grass is greener on the other side. They haven't won a playoff game since Baker Mayfield left. That's a fact. So you Tampa Bay Buccaneers, y'all got way more problems than this quarterback. We don't know about the head coach. Your defense is aging and not good. And you have some problems offensively as well. Yeah, you got a couple good pieces in Christian Godwin, and you still got Emeka Ibuka, but we still got some questions surrounding the functionality of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, bro. Like, I don't get it. This is the same thing that a lot of teams think that they could just figure out. Why? Here's a suggestion, or here's the bigger question for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Why not take the Green Bay Packers approach? Re-sign the kid, Baker Mayfield, to a 3-4 year deal, and then draft the quarterback and tell him, you the next Jordan Love, sit your ass down. You're the next Aaron Rodgers, sit down. And have that quarterback sit, learn, get accustomed to it. And then once you want to wipe your hands with Baker Mayfield, you insert it. You insert that said new guy in at the appropriate time. The blueprint is that for these teams, bro. I don't get them. I don't get them.
You can lead these motherfuckers to water, but you can't make them drink. That's just what it is. That statement is used universally for so many reasons, and sports is one of them.
Yeah, bro. I just don't understand the stupidity behind some of these organizations when the blueprint is there. Bro, look at the Rams. They stacked to the upteenth degree. And guess what? They still said, we know Matthew Stafford at best probably playing for 2 more years. Ty Simpson, come on down. You're going to sit down, learn from one of the best in the game, and then once he retires, boom, we don't miss a beat.
Yep.
I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. It's just crazy work. But hey, Baker Mayfield, go ball out and make them pay you 55, 60 million next year. Oh, bro. Like, yeah, go ball out, Baker. We rooting for you. At least I am. I can't speak for the masses, but I know I'm rooting for you, bro. Go get your money on. But hey, Steve-O, we're going to shift gears and we're going to talk about Maxx Crosby. Yes, this is a story again. According to ESPN's reporter Laura Rutledge, the possibility of Crosby being moved remains alive. So the trade rumors have been reignited. For context, if we all remember, the quote unquote blockbuster trade that didn't happen, he was supposed to be a Baltimore Raven. I know it's Baltimore. Don't come for me in the chat. Baltimore Raven, but they did not like what the medical information that was given to them said or what it appeared like. So they voided the trade, sending them back to Las Vegas. But Steve-O, do you believe that these trade rumors are real or no?
I think this possibility is real because, like I've been hinting at, even when the deal didn't necessarily go down, like regardless of the team itself and the additions that they did make, I still don't think this team is nowhere near ready to even be winning, let alone a contender. So trading somebody in Maxx Crosby can be an avenue or I would say a well weapon for you to turn your whole franchise around because you see the type of picks you would have gotten and results you would have gotten if the trade would have fell through. So yeah, you still need to shore up that old line, which is probably the biggest deficit of that whole team. So I would be fishing him around, and I don't think this is a necessary thing. As in, you don't want to cause no problem. Like he was already traded, like he was already in trade topics. Like you ain't got to worry about that shit. I'm pretty sure Maxx Crosby is knowledgeable enough to understand the situation he's in. So business, I mean that aside, yeah, they should do what's best for business and quite frankly what's best for Maxx Crosby, which is move him to somewhere where he can actually contend. And with that being said, getting some things in return so you could turn your franchise around so you could build your team correct for your new franchise quarterback.
I agree with that. And I look at the Vegas Raiders. Yeah, they made some really good offseason signings, but to your point, you still got a lot of questions. Yeah, you went out there and signed Tyler Linderbaum, the center, and you probably have yourself a good left tackle. But what about the other offensive linemen? Yeah, you might have a couple. Yeah, you have Brock Bowers, but what about your other pass catchers? Yeah, you have Ashton Genty, but what about the backup running back? And what about that damn defense? Then I think that they should be fishing them around. And I understand. I think at one point you got to sit down and be like, hey, look, we just want you to go out there and show teams that you're healthy, that you can actually play football. And then Maxx Crosby, we love you. We appreciate you, but we're going to get you up out of here for the sake of business. And I know it sounds cold-hearted, but that's just the sake of business. And when you get closer and closer to the NFL trade deadline, trust me, there's going to be teams that are like, oh, we've played well these X amount of weeks, we feel like we got a shot, especially if we add Maxx Crosby and you're going to go out there and garner a trade package that helps your organization and it does well for Maxx Crosby to compete in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be watching this closely because I think that I'm predicting that Maxx Crosby will not finish this season as a Vegas Raider. And we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. Like if that happens, I don't know. Like I'm with you. I just don't see. There's no way where he don't end up somewhere else in some form of fashion.
Yeah, bro. You're gonna have to, and it's just, and that's why that's why I was surprised the Browns finally moved off Myles Garrett. But it was time. It was time. You know what I'm saying? It was time. And now Myles Garrett, he gets to go to LA and compete for a fucking Super Bowl. Yep. And the Cleveland Browns, you add additional assets to improve your team. You don't wait until he starts to break down to move him. And I think that with all the injuries that Maxx Crosby have, if you're the Raiders, you can't wait till Maxx Crosby breaks down before you make a move to get him to another team.
Nope. Y'all in no position. Like you said, y'all not the Browns. That's the worst thing y'all can have that mindset that y'all the Browns. Y'all not the Browns. The Browns have drafted way better over the past few years than y'all did. So they was able to do stuff like that. Y'all have to have the mindset of we can become the Browns with one move. And then start stacking and learning and thing you said about blueprint. Use their blueprint as well. Keep stacking. And you already think you got the quarterback, so that's already one notch you got to throw away now. It's all about shoring up the rest of the team.
Yeah, bro, you gotta get this thing rolling in the right direction for sure. Yeah, I think the Raiders are starting to do something smart. With the Kirk Cousins and Fernando Mendoza, we'll see how long that lasts, but I think it's a good start. You had a solid offseason, you had a solid draft. Now, how do you continue to push on? Because you're in the AFC West. Denver's really good. The Chiefs, we'll see how good they can be, but I'm not counting them out because they made me look like fools too many times. And them Chargers is there, and they're gonna be good. You're ways away from competing with those guys.
Ways.
Yeah, bro. It got to be something different. But hey, we'll see what happens with this Maxx Crosby stuff, man. Now, Steve-O, before we get up out of here, we got to talk about Bleacher Report releasing their quarterbacks most likely to lose their job. Some honorable mentions: Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, and Daniel Jones. And then they had coming in at 5, Kyler Murray; 4, Geno Smith; 3, Jacoby Brissett; 2, Deshaun Watson; and at number 1, the quarterback most likely to lose their job is Michael Penix Jr. Steve-O, reaction.
That list suck. I'm gonna tell you the correct list. I'm gonna just tell you that list, and it's not the people, it's the numbers, because that list is terrible. First of all, number 1 is Deshaun Watson. That's number 1. That's the one that's in the utmost air, because I don't know if you've been paying attention. Sure, they're out there doing dots. So I think at any time we can make that announcement. Oh, my mama. At any time we could hear that announcement that I don't know. It looked like there's being a little shakeup in the QB camp when it comes to the Browns. Number 2 should be Geno Smith, because it's the Jets and anything can happen. Number 3, that's Kyler Murray. Why? Because I mean, this is me saying what's possible. I'm not saying I agree or expect, but JJ McCarthy could get his shit together. That could be a possible avenue. And if JJ get his shit together and Kyler start tweaking, I can see a week 6, week 7, week 8 switch in Minnesota. Now, number 4, I'm not putting Michael Penix. I think they're going to pull the trigger and let Tua be the starter. And then Tua going to be the one that get his shit taken by Michael Penix. That's what I think is going to happen. And then at 5, then I got Jacoby Brissett.
I ain't mad at it. You cooked, though. That was the one point that's interesting, though, is the JJ McCarthy one. Yeah. Because last year, yes, he had some really, really bad moments. But there was some, if you watch the games, there was some little, okay, this motherfucker got a little, you know what I'm saying? A little charisma, you know what I'm saying? You got a little something.
You got a little Jackson Dart in him.
You know what I'm saying? I think for the sake of JJ McCarthy, you need to hone in the structure from Jim Harbaugh at Michigan to where I'm just doing all the small things that are asked of me. And when I'm asked to throw, I make the throw. Mm-hmm. You gotta hone all that in. If you really want people to call you 9, you gotta hone in that talent that you got, bro. Because you see he a competitor. You can see that he can hit some throws, but then you also see the sporadic stuff to where it seemed like the light bulb went off. So JJ McCarthy got to lock in. That was an interesting take, but I love the list that you gave too, bro.
Yeah, they definitely got locked. He definitely got to lock in. But I like I said, I still think it's possible.
It's definitely gonna be. We're gonna see. It's gonna be interesting. Steve-O, did you see my man's Justin Field throw a damn interception on 7-on-7, bro?
And pissed me off because I'm like, dude, it was perfect everything until you made that decision. Perfect footwork, drop back, everything, and then you just didn't see the motherfucker right in your face,
bro.
Like crazy literally, it's funny that you bring him up because him and JJ that's the downfall. Yeah. Just learn how to play quarterback, and you got everything else. You literally got everything else. Physically, you got everything else. Learn how to play the quarterback position first, and you'll be good. But you can tell he's still struggling to steal coverages. He's still struggling with bad decisions. And year 6, 7, that ain't good.
No, not at all.
Not good.
Bro, you've been benched too many times. You've been benched too many times.
Went to Bryce Young one time.
On the real. Sam Darnold was benched a couple times. Now he a champion. I ain't saying Justin Fields got to be. I ain't saying Justin Fields got to be a champion, but God dog it.
How much it take?
For real. Steve-O, interesting tidbit around the league. This offseason, DeAndre Hopkins spent time with the Patriots coaching staff as like in a intern type of role to see if he wants to coach once his career is done. I thought that was really, really interesting. What you think about D Hop sitting with the Patriots to see if he want to coach after his career is done?
I like those type of wide receivers becoming coaches because it's the coaches that are supremely physically gifted that make terrible coaches because they don't know how to explain I'm 6'5" and I can jump out the gym, or I'm 6'3" and I'm this fast and this, that, and the third. Deshaun Watson made his money after just being crisp in his route running and catching everything.
Yeah.
And knowing when to break and building his chemistry with any quarterback that he has. So those are the type of players that I think makes the best coaches. The people that are detail oriented, people that beat you and learn the game and know how to beat you in multiple facets because they can't just beat you with speed or size.
I agree. Yeah, I was like, hold on, DeAndre Hopkins he really considering being a coach. And to your point, I think that's a good one. And to just add on to what you said, look at Antoine Randall. He had to get it out the mud. And look at his wide receivers that have worked with him, you know what I'm saying, throughout his NFL career. And I think DeAndre Hopkins is definitely one of those ones that could potentially become a good coach. He's definitely intelligent, definitely was a part of some bad teams, definitely was a part of some winning.
He was one of the best wide receivers at one point, so all the kids will listen.
Exactly. And he know how to get it out the mud. And to that earlier point, bro, that was a hell of a point to where you say sometimes the greatest athletes don't know how to be good coaches. And that's because they expect everybody to be like them.
Either that or they just simply can't explain, bro, just go to the lane. Nigga, you can do that because you Michael Jordan and you 6'6" and you can float to the damn lane. I'm Marcus Jordan. I ain't got that gift. Same thing with LeBron. You can't tell Bronny how to be LeBron because Bronny ain't 6'9", 270 and can run like a gazelle.
Facts.
Versus, I think LeCannon Curry gonna be a motherfucker because that's all Steph know how to do is tell you gonna run and you gonna shoot 700 times a day. Facts. That's why Wardell wasn't. Look at Wardell Curry. Was he a freak athlete? No. He knew how to shoot. Guess what? His sons became one of the best shooters in the world. Both of them.
Wardell.
Oh, my mama.
But hey, man, good episode, bro. You got anything left for the people?
Nah.
Man, we're getting closer and closer to this football hit, man. Bro, my wife know what's coming. Yeah, hey, fellas, y'all.
Bro, my girl been saying, like, she been seeing me wrap up in podcasts. And so this what it's gonna be like. I said, you don't even got a clue.
You don't even got a clue. This ain't even half of it.
This ain't even nothing.
This ain't nothing. When them game days, them post games, them other things that follow, it's gonna be crazy. That's why my wife come outside with me. All right, baby, come on. We outside. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode. Before y'all get up out of here, make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well, man. We on our road to 1K, and the easiest way to support it is by simply subscribing, man. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you always love football, and y'all already know we're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break